My name is Femi Johnson. I'm the CEO and founder of Sourcing Business. Sourcing Business is an online platform where freelancers and employers of labor are able to connect in order to exchange value. The platform gives freelancers opportunity to be able to create their gigs, showcasing what they can offer to organizations, the solutions they can provide, and especially services they can offer, virtually. Startups are actually looking for skilled professionals like these who are able to help them deliver their job, cheaper, who are able to help them deliver their job faster, and who are able to help them deliver their job with better quality. And these are the capabilities that you found in Freelancers. And so Sourcing Business provides a platform where such people are able to offer their gigs so that startups and small business owners around the world can be able to access them to be able to buy their services. On Sourcing Business, we'll
And we are live. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning again, and good morning again. We're so sorry for beginning at this time. We are more than 20 minutes past. This is not usually our time slot, but my microphone just refused to work. It just woke up and had a mind on his own. But apologize for that. But now we are ready to start our day. And of course, we have for today. So good morning, wherever you are. Good morning, Nigerians, Africans, the entire world. And welcome to Upskilling 5 million African freelancers in 5 years. And it is powered by Source in Business. Hello, Sunday Olusa. I hope I got your name correct. If I didn't, forgive me. That's Basil, I think. Oh, okay. Good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, my name is Oge Mark. Of course, you know that. And of course, this is Upskilling 5 million African freelancers in 5 years. That is the goal where we help you upskill, reskill, scale up your skill, and just basically acquiring your skill. That's what you're interested in. And so all of the courses and all of the learning pathways offered on Source in Business is actually free. Every single thing is free. In addition to that, you get access to mentors, to tutors, and hi Esther, good morning to you. Thank you for joining. You have access to tutors and mentors, and of course, every week on Wednesdays we handle a topic. We pick a topic and we dissect it, and we'll talk about the chances of you making money from that particular skill, how to upskill, and all of 99.9% of all of the topics we handle here are offered. You can learn everything on a Source in Business, and to register is absolutely free. Now I have a guest today in the studio, and of course she'll be talking about graphic design. Now if you know someone who is interested in acquiring a skill in graphic design, or someone who already has a skill, she or he or she is just trying and hasn't really professionally or been tutored or trained, then you want them to join this level. Or you have someone who knows who has a skill already but doesn't know how to upskill, doesn't know how to sell his or herself, does not know how to make money from the skill that they have. They can also join the live. Now, I want you to do something for me. I need you to post the link to this live on all of your contact lists so they get to see exactly what's going on. I mean, the opportunities we're given to you is absolutely free. And so it's not something for you to hurt or to hide. Everyone should have access to it. And so I need you to just post on the link on your socials so people can see exactly what's going on and they can join in the live. And of course, get into the platform and join us as we learn and upskill and just learn as a whole. Okay, all right. Now to everyone joining us wherever it is you're joining us from, I thank you so much for being a part of this. And we are about to kickstart. Now if you have any question at all, any question, all right, as it relates to remote work, as it relates to Source in that business, as it relates to anything at all, as it relates to remote work or freelancing or the particular topic that we're treating today, which is on graphic design, then I need you to put your questions in the comment section. I need you to drop your questions in the comment section. The guest will respond to all of your questions. And she will respond to all of your questions. Okay, so we are about to start. And so If you're just joining us, well, tell you welcome. And so we're going to about to kick starts. Okay. Let us see who is here with me today. Let me see who's here with me today. Okay, hi. Okay, Shaggy, good morning to you too as well. Mohammed, hello to you. Thank you for joining. Ayobami, yes, of course. It's quite interesting. Good morning to you as well. And Irene, thank you so much for from Tanzania. Wow, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your presence here. Please share the link on your contact so everyone on your list will know exactly what's going on and they will see what we're doing here. Everything here is absolutely free. Access to mentors is free, access to tutors is free, access to the learning pathways. When I say learning pathways, I mean the courses that you can learn, some of the skill, be it content writing, be it content marketing, be it digital marketing, or you want data analysis, or what other courses that about we've got about 9 pathways: graphic design, web development, so much more. You just go onto the website, the sourcein.business. And good morning, Samuel. Thank you so much for joining. Just go on to sourcing.business, you log on and you register. Okay, absolutely free. No hidden charges, no extra charges, nothing at all. All right, just get on, learn. All you are required to have is determination and dedication, because that's the tool you're going to require to start up a course and see through to the very end. Okay, determination and dedication. Okay, all right. So we have our guest today, and she will be talking to us about graphic design. I mean, we use graphic design everywhere, everywhere. So she will tell us in detail exactly how we can, key into that, learn that, use that for our business, our lives, our personal branding. All right. Yeah, she's going to tell us all about that. Okay. And so we're waiting. The connection this morning has been a bit epileptic, and so we've been having difficulty in connecting, but we are working on it, and it would go through. And hello, everyone. Obidimma, thank you so much for joining, Obidimma. Thank you for that one. Chuku, I think Basil, I think that's his name. Yeah. Good morning to you. So thank you so much for joining us. Okay, Sunday. Yeah, I see you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Okay. All right. Is this okay? Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're patiently waiting for. Well, if you have any questions, or you can drop your questions in the comment section, and I do my best to respond to them. And of course, the guests will as well respond to all of your questions. Okay. Okay, so and this person is Nelson Ikechukwu says, how do I get remote content writing deals? Remote content writing deals. That's great. Okay, so Source in Business is a platform that connects employers to employees. So basically, if you are a freelancer, you're into remote work, just go on to Source in Business. You register, of course. I would encourage you also to put up your work that you've done before, whether it's free, whether it's paid, it doesn't matter. Put it up on the platform, and then employers will contact you. When they contact you, then that's how you get your deals. So you can actually get deals on Source in Business, apart from learning as well, apart from upskilling yourself, your skills. You can get deals on, employers can find you on Oh, okay. Employers can find you on Source in Business. Employers can find you on Source in Business. So go out there and do something there. So you can even do something on Source in Business. The platform is there for you to explore. Okay. But yes, I do tell you, you can actually find and you can actually find deals on Source in Business. And another thing also, social media. Social media, you have to build a social media presence. Now, interestingly, that on sourcing business, there is a course you can take that helps you manage and build your social media presence. content writing and all of that. It helps you build that social media presence, so you can actually take the course in case you don't know how to build a social media presence in order to attract, employers, attract people, clients, attract customers. You can take that course as well, and it can help you. Nelson, I hope that answers your question satisfactory. I hope it does. Okay, and everyone says, Ayobami, what is with the advancement technology, we can now use our smartphones to design anything, just like a system does. What advice do you have for people using smartphone to scale in the graphic design world? Okay, so that question is best suited for our guest today because she's the guru in graphic design. Is best suited for our guest today. Now I'm going to just give you a little tip of my layman's knowledge, what I think can be done. Now there's a limit to what your smartphone can do. Really, there's a limit to what your smartphone can do. Now, as much as we're using smartphones to do designs, I also use my smartphone to design some templates and things like that. Use apps like Canva. You use apps like some other apps like Pick Art, use apps, some other apps. Now, there are some advanced designs that you might not be able to do on these apps and on your phone. You're going to have to need a system, have to need an upgraded kind of app, an upgraded skill to be able to do that. Now on Canva, I'm going to use Canva for example. On Canva, we have already pre-made templates. Although some people are able to arrange their own, build their own templates from scratch, but we have pre-made templates, and this pre-made template is always it makes it very, very easy. Now, if you're someone who is extremely very creative, who wants to do something from scratch, right? You might not exactly find that easy to manipulate. Now, I'm going to give a typical example. Say, for example, you go on Pinterest, you pick a template, you pick something you want to work on. Now, of course, you know that a lot of templates come on Pinterest. It's already designed. It cannot be edited. You can't remove one image and fix something else. So that you might not be able to do that on Canva. So you will need an upgraded app that can help you to manipulate and change up some things in order to give you an original design. So yes, you might start up with your phone. Okay, so you're just starting up little by little. You're helping someone design an inside cover. You're helping someone design a label. You're helping someone design templates for social media postings. You're helping someone design maybe banner for YouTube or something like that. Something very simple. But when it comes to the real deal, almost the real deal, you want to design. Maybe you want to design a banner for a political party, or you want to design something much more grand, or you want to design a whole website, okay, for a company. You can't use your phone. You can't use your phone. You're going to have to need a laptop. However, before you get to the point where you do that, these other little steps that you can take, these other little apps you can use to, to upscale, pending when you're able to get to that point. Now, the graphic designer who is the guru would tell us more about that. Now, I am assuming that at the start of your career, you're going to do all of these little jobs, get the money that you need, get yourself a nice laptop that you can use to work, and then when you've gotten that, then you can now begin to do the bigger jobs. Now, I'm not saying you can't do the bigger jobs with your phone. I'm saying it won't be as convenient as when you're with a laptop. You cannot manipulate so many things with your laptop like with your phone. I hope I am able to answer your question. Okay. All right. So we have our guest already in the studio, and she is hello, Josephine. Good morning and welcome. Okay, she's still trying to settle in.
Yes.
Everyone says, moreover, how do we create a profile using social media and position ourselves as an authority to secure a good remote job from big and top-notch country? You mean companies in Nigeria and foreign country at large? Okay, so how to position you? So you're going to have to need to position yourself. Now, I'm going to give you something. Someone said, one of the guests on the show said, and then he said that when he started his career as a graphic designer or something like that, he would see people, right? He would see people and he would take up their jobs, like see the already designs they made, and he would work on the designs and upgrade the designs. Now he does it for free. Now I'm not asking you to do it for free. He does it for free, and then they send him good reviews. Now when he posts that good reviews and posts what he's done, like the old pictures and the new upgraded pictures, people on his timeline, people on his list see the difference. That in turn attracts more people to him. Two, you can ask the people that you have done jobs for to give you referral and reviews. You can also grant them like a certain percentage. So you can tell them, oh, okay, if you bring someone, you get a 10% discount, or the person gets a 10% discount. All right. You can give discounts on referral and reviews. Listen, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to business, reviews are your lifesavers, because if I'm going to come to you for a first time and you have, say, only 10 followers, the only thing that is going to make me want to patronize you is the reviews that I see on your page. So tell the people you worked with before, you've done things either for free or something, to give you reviews. Beg if you have to. Tell them to give you reviews. Now, number three, this one, it works for my personal business. I'm not even going to lie to you. Adverts. Yes, adverts work. Okay. And of course, there's a digital marketing on sourcing business. If you don't know anything about adverts, you might want to take that course on sourcing business. Advert works. Listen, I'm not going to tell you. Yes, you're going to need to invest some money in it. Okay. Advert works. As long as you have the right targeting. Okay. As long as you have the right targeting. As long as you have the right targeting. Okay. It works. It will bring you new customers. It will spread your page to the people you don't even know, you haven't even seen. All I need you to do is to get your page ready for the influx of customers. Okay, advert works. Now, influencer marketing also works, but you have to be very sure that the influencer you're trying to contract is has your target market, has a target audience, and you have to make sure that the audience aren't bot or robot, or they aren't fake. You have to be very sure about that. You also have to be sure, of course, with influencer marketing is consistency. There's nothing consistency. Whether you're using regular marketing, digital marketing, influencer marketing, any type of marketing at all, consistency. The more they said top of mind is what makes a customer. So if the customer sees your advert the first time, they may not buy. The second time, be a little bit indecisive. The third time, but the fourth time, they're gonna have to buy. They don't have a choice. They're gonna have to buy, because consistency is the reason why big brands like Coca-Cola, we see that the very big brands, Jumia and the rest of them, they do it over again to the point that it becomes annoying. Now, I'm not saying you run your ads so that people are annoyed and then shut you out, but I'm saying that advert works. Okay, so we have our guest today, Josephine. Hi, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. How are you
It's good
today?
to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Okay. So we have some questions already, here. But before we go into the questions, I just want us to, let our people know who you are. I know you're a graphic designer, but apart from being a graphic designer, let us meet you. You're Josephine, and what else? What else? What else?
All right. Yeah, it's nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me to speak. It's a privilege and I don't take it for granted. All right. So I'm Josephine Oluwafemi. I am a graphic designer. Yes. I'm also a product designer. I am into UI and UX design. Yes, that's what I do basically. And also, I teach graphic design. Yes, alongside some other things I also do. Yes, but basically, what I do is graphic design and UI UX design. That is what people know me for on the
Okay.
online space. Yes,
Mhm.
so this
Okay.
is what I do: graphic design, UI UX design, training, speaking, and the rest like that.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great. Okay. So now you mentioned two things. Now, although our focus is on graphic design, But I'd like you to tell us what is graphic design and what is product design.
All right.
Now,
So
I have heard on the internet that if you want to be a product designer, you can't be a product designer without being a graphic designer. So tell us the difference. What is a graphic? What's a graphic design? And what's product design?
okay, I think that's actually a myth. You can actually be a product design and not be a graphic design. Yes,
Okay.
I have many colleagues who went into product design and they didn't have any idea of what graphic design is, and they are doing well. All right, so they are quite different. They are different fields. Graphic design is a craft, is a profession, yes, whereby you make visual elements to communicate to your audience. Yes, it's just a means of communication through visual elements when you use your typography, your images, your text, your colors, and bringing all these things together to convince your audience, to communicate with your audience. So that is what graphic design is basically, where you share your ideas and you persuade them through visual elements. Yes, and that is it basically. Graphic design deals with creating visual designs, elements, and the rest, just so you can convince and communicate with your audience. So that is graphic design.
Okay. So what is product design?
Okay, product design, as in other words, you can call it UI, UX. UI stands for user interaction and UX stands for user experience. So the product design deals with creating designs that your users can interact with. For instance, when you're trying to build a website, an app, and the rest, the process of designing the different processes and steps and designs so your user can communicate with them. That is user. Now, what is user interaction? User interactions are designs. Exactly. User interactions are designs. Yes, that your users interact with. You get their designs that your user interacts with. Why use the user experience stands with what your users tend to enjoy while interacting with your design. So, for instance, if I designed a app. Yes, a user who is just using the app for the first time should be able to have an experience, not just with the design, but with with its own self. You get okay?
Okay.
Yes. So, basically, user product design deals with designing products that your users interact with. That is it, basically.
Hmm. Interesting. All right. So, you know, when it relates to business, personal branding, generally, how important is graphic design to either branding? How important is it?
All right. So, this reminds me of the graphics I saw yesterday. Yes, of a particular company. That was the first time I was actually going to, to have anything to do with that brand, that company. But what really attracted me to that brand was actually their designs. They were trying to advertise an upcoming event and they
Okay.
designed some graphics. You get, so just with the design I already knew that, wow, this brand is actually top notch. You get, so
Okay.
graphic design is what depicts your image to a very great extent. It's something you present, and the method of which you present it, how you present it, is what is going to really um, portray who you are. So, graphic in design is very important to brands. In this day and age, every brand needs to, adopt modern graphic designs, like to design great visuals to attract the attention. It is a very noisy world. Think different
Yeah.
things are happening. So what is actually going to attract anybody in this day and age is top-notch designs, top-notch visuals. You get, so that is what is going to attract them, and that is why graphic design is actually very important. And not just being a graphic designer, it's also being a very good graphic designer and
Okay.
designing excellent designs. Yes, because that is what is going to really portray you as a very professional brand.
Okay. So what do you term as a top-notch design? What is a what are the tools? What are the elements that makes a top-notch design? Is there
Yeah.
it just has to be pretty?
Okay. So top-notch designs are designs that actually obey all the principles of designs.
Okay.
Basically, yes, they
So
are
what are these
designed
principles?
exactly. We have alignment, we have typography, we have images, and the rest. Um, so these principles are what actually define graphic design. Okay, sorry, let me come again. Okay. Um the principles of designs are typography,
Okay.
alignment. I'm trying to remember them now, like they skipped my mind. Sorry. Okay, but
So now,
obeying these principles is actually what makes you a professional and top-notch graphic designer. That
okay.
is it. Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah.
amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so now what would it take for someone to be a graphic designer? What steps would they need to take to become, graphic designers?
All
To
right.
someone
So
who has no idea whatsoever.
yes, I'm going to be practical now. I started graphic design um about a year now, or a year plus. All right. So there are different processes that I've taken. Yes, and also I would employ and advise anyone to take these steps. Number one, first of all, you need to go through a good graphic design training. You need to attend you need to either you pay a personal coach, or you um, attend a group class or whatever. But first of all, basically, you need to attend a graphic design training so you can actually know the basics of graphic design, so you can actually understand what graphic design is more than just the visuals that you see. There are
Mm-hmm.
so many rules and regulations that are attached to it that you must know before you can be a good graphic designer. So that is it. Number one, first of all, you need to attend a training. That is why we have trainings like this and everywhere. There are trainings online, there are trainings everywhere that you can really attend, join, and be very serious with it. Learn everything you need to learn about graphic design. First of all, that is the most important things that you need to know as a graphic designer. Then, when you are done with learning, then there are other things you need to do. You need to begin to start up, set up things, begin to put things together to so you can actually be a top-notch graphic designer. You can actually be experienced, and you can actually be acceptable as a graphic designer. For example, you need to start designing for individuals. I mean, okay, when I started as a graphic designer, I decided to start designing free for as many persons as possible. You get, so that was what I did. I was designing free, and while I was designing free designs, I was building my portfolio. I was gaining the experience needed. I was
Okay.
gathering experience, and people began to know me as a graphic designer. You know, when you start out, like many people doesn't know you, you don't know anybody. So the first thing you want to do as a graphic designer is to, to start free if possible. Or if you're not going to do free, you can just charge them for less at that moment. It's not going to take so long, a maximum of 3 months if you're very consistent. So you want to design free for as many persons as possible so you can gather knowledge and experience you need. You get, so after that you can now build your portfolio. There are different sites you can actually build your portfolio. You can go to Behance, you can go to different sites. You can go to a site called Portfolio. You can use even Instagram, and there are different sites like that. You can use Wix, you can use WordPress, and the rest, just so you can build your portfolio. And when you need to design for big brands as time goes on, you need a very good portfolio, and that is why you need to create one. It gets so
Mm-hmm.
the first thing you would need is to build your portfolio. Then another very important thing you need to do as a graphic designer is to follow great graphic designers.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one thing you need to do. In fact, when you go on Twitter, when you go on Behance, you're going to see designs that will really ginger you, that will really motivate you to to be very serious with what you do. If you are really intentional about the learning process, you would you would be motivated when you see these designs. So the next thing you want to do is to interact with persons that are already in the game, persons that are already that knows about this thing already. And there are different ways that you can actually do that by following them. You can follow them in one way or the other. Like whatever they do, you follow their steps and the rest, learn from them. And you can also interact with your peers that are also graphic designer. You are not a you can't learn everything solely, like you can't know everything by yourself. You can also interact with persons that are also into graphic design, whom you share knowledge with, and you learn one or two things from them. I think that was what also helped me a lot. It helps me seriously whenever I had jobs that I was finding having difficulties with. I just interact with my friends who are also into graphic design, and one good thing is that they are always very eager to help. Yeah, they're always very eager to put me through and the rest. And okay, and another thing you need to do is you need to have a coach. Yeah, this one is also very important. You need to have a mentor who is going to
Mm.
be guiding. The road is not going to be easy, especially when you're just starting up. Let me say this very clear. If you want to start a graphic design, if you want to go into graphic design, you're very determined to go into it. There are going to be a lot of setbacks. There are going to be a lot of discouragement, but you just need to keep pushing.
So, what are these setbacks? These setbacks that people might encounter, what are they?
All right. One of the setback is going to require creative thinking. You need to think. Yes, because so many times you would have difficulties in different areas. For instance, you're supposed to you might not know how to curve this particular element. You don't know how to you don't know the right color to use for this design. You don't know there are different things that you would face, and sometimes you would most of the setbacks you would have is even after designing a particular design for hours, you end up with a whack design. It happens a lot in graphic design, even to professionals. I don't think anybody has really outgrown that. Yes,
Okay.
so this is part of the setback. It's a great discouragement for anybody, especially if you want to design a logo, a flyer, and the rest like that. You would not always design the best. Sometimes you would design something that is quite below standard. You get so these are discouragement you would face. There are several other discouragement. There are some designs that will take almost all your time. You would have to design for days and the rest. So these are setbacks, and if it takes it takes courage to push. It takes courage to work and strive to continue to you get. So it's and that is why you need a mentor. Yes, you need somebody who's going don't do this, do this, go back to the design, continue,
Okay.
and like that. You need persons that, and sometimes when you're already feeling discouraged and you don't want to do it anymore, you need the person out to say, no, you can't sleep. I remember my coach then, he was very, very strict. And I must say it helped me a lot because many times I would not want to work, like I would want to do other things apart from designing, and it would it's like it was like if I don't do it, then I would very it would like so what those things actually strengthened me, and they actually so that is why having a good mentor and a good coach is also very important in graphic design.
Okay, that's
Okay,
great.
so
So now we've talked about the graphic design, what it required, the setbacks. Now, how rewarding is this particular skill? How rewarding is it?
okay, so graphic design is is very rewarding. At least they're different. Okay, but basically, what determines how rewarding it is actually place yourself where you are working. You can work as a freelancer. You can work as a you can work with a company, you can work with a brand, you can there are different fields in graphic design, different places you can work. But the thing is, irrespective of wherever you are working, there are rewards for you. It's just that the rewards have there are different what will I say it allocations of this reward. Okay, for as the main the main what will I use? What's the word I'm going to use now? The main okay, we're talking about freelancing. Yes, I think the theme is starting a career as a freelancer in graphic design, launching
Yeah.
freelancing. Yes, so I'm going to be talking basically to the freelancers now. Yes, the difference between a freelancer and anyone who is working in with a company is that when you're working with a company, you know that all you just need to do is design. They give you designs to design and you design it. That is all. You don't have to struggle to get clients. You don't have to do anything. All you just need to do is design, and at the end of the month, you get your salary. But that is so much unlike um, freelancing. Yes, in freelancing, you have to get clients yourself. You have to push yourself. You need to present yourself out there. You need to relate with people. You need to join, upload your works. You need to just be up and doing in graphic design in freelancing. Sorry. So as you said, how rewarding is it? And I'm going to be talking about freelancing. Okay. The degree of your reward is actually going to depend on the rates at which you advertise yourself, at which you know present yourself. That is the rate degree of your reward. That is how much of reward you can get. All right. So there are quite some persons that are into graphic design, that are into freelancing, but they are broke. Yes, they are broke. Reason because all they do is just to design, design, design. You get they don't really or at most what they do is to post it on their status of probably about 50 viewers. You get and that is all. So of course they might get people might patronize them at some point, but they might not really get clients as regular as much as possible. You get so that is it for graphic design. The degree of reward you're going to get is dependent on how much you put yourself out there. So that is it basically. So my advice for anyone who is actually into graphic design like that is spend half amount of hours designing, spend half amount of hours um advertising. You get let it be equal. The more at the rate at which you are designing should be the rate at which you are advertising, going to Upwork, going to Fiverr, going to different platforms, you know, to present yourself as a graphic designer. Yes. So that
Wow.
is it basically.
Sorry, I
Yes.
was on mute. Can I say something on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Talking about how profitable, how you can become successful in graphic design. I would just want to share small experience I have as regarding that. The person I have working with me now on graphic design the last 3 4 years, I actually got him on a project we did together. Okay. I was invited on a project as a digital marketer, and he was invited as a graphic designer. And I fell in love with his content, with his ability to interpret, you know, brand instructions. And so, talking about how to be able to grow, I think it shouldn't be more about yes, it's good to put yourself out there to advertise, but referral is going to take you far. Referral in terms of the quality of the jobs you do, that people
Yes.
see that job and ask your client and say, I beg, now who make this design for you? You
Yes,
understand?
sir.
And after I started working with me, so many people had come and said, look, who made this design for you? I would like, and I've actually given him over 10 clients. So I think from that experience of mine, the quality of the job you do, you effort you put into each work you do is very important to your career.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, that's actually very true too. Yes, the quality of work you do, the quality of effort you put into it. Yes, that is also one very good thing about graphic design. Yes. Okay, I'm going to use my own experience now in graphic design. Yes, I the reason why I said I you need to spend equal time advertising and the rest was is because I'm actually in an environment whereby majority of persons around me are graphic designers. You get, and we are all very good at what we do. You get, so of course, I have my own clients. I have my own persons who patronizes me as a graphic designer. Yes, but also I also need to put myself out there because I have competitors too that are also doing very good and they're ready to overshadow me at any time. They're ready to collect my clients at any time. You get, so, and I wouldn't want that. So that is why most of my work I upload it on Instagram. I upload it. Of recent, I just had to clear my page due to some reason. So most of my work, I upload it on Instagram, I upload it on Behance and the rest, and I even show it on my pages on Facebook, on my story and everything. So people can actually see that this girl is still here. Don't go elsewhere. You get, so that's why I said advertising too is very good. Although your work is going to speak for you too, but you should also know that you have competitors. There are so many
Yes,
competitors actually competing with you that want to collect your clients from you. So even irrespective of how good you are, you still need to put yourself you need to put yourself out there, let
very
them know.
important.
Yeah, yes, so that
Yes.
is it basically. That is it. Yes.
That's great. All right. Before we go, our time is fast spent. What would you say? Do you think that African freelancers have the ability to dominate the freelance market in the coming years? From your perspective, I mean, been in the industry for been a freelancer for quite some time now. Do you think that Africans can dominate the freelance market?
Of course, if we could improve our skills, if we could have the necessary instruments and gadgets we need, if we could, work on ourselves the more, we could actually dominate the market. We are in a third world country. Yes, as one of my mentors would say, we're in a third world country, and these persons are quite far ahead of us. Like their technology is have gone very far. If you should start some times ago, I followed them. I follow some many graphic designers that are actually residing abroad, and I see what they do. So this I used to be angry that I need instrument, I need the right environment, I need the right knowledge, I need the right information, I need different things that would actually help me to upskill to be able to get to that height that they are in. So if only we could, get all what we need, we it's very much possible that we could also dominate the global market. With the way things are going, we only have very few individuals, companies that actually have the right resources to actually be relevant globally. You get, so if we could, invest more into graphic design, there's a high probability that we could, dominate the global market. We could become very relevant globally. So that is it basically. We and also and the good thing here is I believe we Nigerians are actually very intelligent. We are smart. We have so many attitudes. We have so many. We are skillful as Nigerians. If you discover that many Nigerians who are abroad are doing very well because we have this knowledge, we have this wisdom. It's just that we need the right environment. We need the right knowledge, we need the right skill, we need the right tutors. You get to, teach us what exactly to do to upskill. But the truth is, there's okay, there is no limitation for a determined mind. If you're really determined to, to be great, to be a great graphic.
Josephine, let me support you. Let me support
Yeah,
you. At the
yeah,
beginning of the conversation, you said something about if you want to go into graphic design as a career, there is one major thing you need to be able to develop your ability to think creatively. Okay. Then
exactly.
you also mentioned the importance of understanding the elements of design, and I'm very glad to tell you that Nigerians are proven to be, I mean, Africans are proven to be one of the, I mean, I would say best designers when it comes to graphic design globally.
Yeah,
I'm saying this from my experience in the last 10 years, okay, in the freelance space. We are the best. You need to see many designs that come from Asia, you need to see many designs that come from America. We do far better than them. So
yeah,
now the issue is that when it comes to design, when it comes to creative thinking, ability to interpret and to present, we nobody else come close to us. Okay. Then so the only issue we need to deal with is the issue of our mindset. Actually, you don't need
yeah,
much on the outside when it comes to design. You need more on the inside, your ability to think. Then it now comes to your skillfulness to be able to blend whatever you have in your mind. Okay, so your ability to blend colors, to blend images, to create powerful stories in your image, powerful interpretation, communication of ideas, business scopes and all of that. So now what I'm going to say is this: the major problem we actually have is having a platform to fully push ourselves out. And
exactly.
that is essentially what sourcing business is doing. As we speak right now, we from people like you, we can mobilize 10,000 graphic designers on sourcing business. We need them because we have jobs coming from outside that need these people. So what the problem is that these guys are not found. They are nowhere to be found. See, go to places like Yaba, like Ojuelegba side. Over the years, I used to go to these places to do, printing designs and all of that. I mean, you're going to find solid guys and girls that create solid designs, and they are just buried in all these printing press, offices and all of that. They are not online. Okay, so we are doing our best to mobilize these guys online so that they can be found, and that's what
Exactly.
so what we need is a platform, and that is what sourcing business is providing so that these guys can be found. The talent is too massive, even in Nigeria alone, talk less of Africa.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right. Now let's see if we have more. We have questions. We actually have questions. Now this question I remember at the top of my head. This guy was saying that how can he position himself to get more clients, from within and outside Nigeria?
Yeah, that's why sourcing business is here to sourcing business. I'm sure is here to help you. And yes, there are different ways you can actually position yourself. Attending seminars like this would always guide you on how to position yourself. Okay, so there are different platforms you can actually position yourself. We have social media platforms, we have portfolios, and the rest. So, for instance, LinkedIn is a very good site to position yourself as a graphic designer. I think that was where he saw me, right? So
Yeah.
LinkedIn is a very good place to position yourself. You just have to be an expert. Position yourself as an expert, and you see the way clients will keep flooding to your DM to have you design their designs. You get, so LinkedIn is a very good site to position yourself. We have Twitter, we have Instagram and Facebook, we have the rest. So these are very good sites to position yourself, and when you want to position yourself, there are some things you need to really pay attention to. And one of the things is your branding. You really need to brand yourself as an expert. You need to brand yourself as a go-to person. And and when it comes to branding, there are different things you can do. You can actually, of course, follow the branding process, like having your color, having your logo, having your brand name, and the rest. Then the other things you can also do is to begin to train people, to begin to train one or two persons. It depends on how the knowledge of amount of knowledge you've acquired. So when you begin to train people like that, they would see you as an expert. Of course, learner cannot really train like that. Yes, I think one of the things that helped me when I started out was that I organized a training where I taught about 300 plus persons for free. I taught them graphic design. I also taught them video creation. That was one of the things that really helped me a lot. I did that on WhatsApp. Yes, so this is one of the things that actually help you in positioning yourself. And also, you another thing that also positions you is your work. Yes, that's what helps you. As you said, referral is very good. If you might claim to be a graphic designer, but if you're not very good at what you do, you would lose clients and people will not really value what you do. You get, so when you actually try to improve your expertise, you learn, keep learning, attend courses, attend seminars, attend trainings, follow people, and they are what would help you in graphic design. Another thing that would also help you in graphic design is if you try to go close to big that are also in graphic design. Like we have source in business. As an individual, you could just become very, very relevant in source in business. You could be helped at different times, and this would also help you to become relevant and to grow very fast in the field. You get, so try to go close to people who are already into it, learn from them and do things for them, help them, volunteer to help them. These are things that would actually help you and help you in positioning and the rest. And you were saying um something earlier, and I think you said reviews. Yes, you were saying something like reviews, and not just review. Now I'm trying to remember the word, like when they give you credit to what you have done. You understand? Okay, I think review is also reviews. These are also when you get good when you get good accolades from your clients. These
Yeah, I
are
think
what help you positioning yourself. Yes. And also your certificates. Also try to, upload your certificate. Let people see what you have achieved. Let people and brag about yourself. Talk about all the things you've achieved. Talk about everything. Let people know that yes, you're a professional, you've done this, irrespective of how small, whatever thing you have done, nothing is too small. Talk about it. Don't keep quiet. Continue talking. Let people see. that this is what you have done and this is what you are doing. And these are what will help you in positioning yourself, and this is what will make you be an expert in whatever you are doing. So that is it. To whom that have, more will be added, but to whom that doesn't have, even the little you have will be taken away from him. So that is
All
it.
right. Thank you, Josephine, for that. That was a very interesting session,
Yes.
and that was a very, interesting session. And of course, we've come to the end of today's edition of Upskilling 5 million African Field Lessons in 5 years. I hope you've had a good time, and I hope you've learned a lot. So, Josephine has said a lot. So, get a mentor. You can get onto sourcing the business to get access to graphic design, and of course, get access to mentors and tutors. All right, Josephine, thank you so much for coming through.
For having me.
And to everyone who's tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, we're back again next week, Wednesday, same time at 10 a.m. Do keep a date with us. And of course, follow us on
My
social
name is
media
Femi
on
Johnson. I'm the
Tweet,
CEO
not
and
Twitter.
founder, Sourcing Business. Sourcing Business is an online platform where freelancers and employers of labor are able to connect in order to exchange value. The platform gives freelancers opportunity to be able to create their gigs, showcasing what they can offer to organizations, the solutions they can provide, and especially services they can offer, virtually. Startups are actually looking for skilled professionals like these who are able to help them deliver their job, cheaper, who are able to help them deliver their job faster, and who are able to help deliver their job with better quality. And these are the capabilities that you found in Freelancers. And so Sourcing Business provide a platform where such people are able to offer their gigs so that startups and small business owners around the world can be able to access them to be able to buy their services. On Sourcing Business, we'll